I am working on a coach's hot seat list. Of course, we're only just over 2 weeks away from Black Sunday following the regular season, but it's a difficult list because we have a lot of second year head coaches, guys that you don't think are, while they're not doing well, that the administration will pull the plug on. Do you think anyone, who comes to mind as really being in danger?
Well, I think they're the obvious ones. I mean, with Billy Napier taken off the table, I think Dave Aranda's probably off the table. So several of the names that we looked at that were pretty cut and dried situations at the beginning of the year, I don't think are on. Let me give you a name that I do think is on the table. I think if Bryce Underwood decommits, Brian Kelly is on the table. And I think the only thing that'll save him is that buyout. They don't have the benefit of Texas A&M boosters who can send a thank you card to Israel, Hamas, and Hezbollah for oil prices so they can buy out Jimbo Fisher. Like they don't have that. But the last week, I mean, players are cussing the coach is cussing the players on camera. That effort last week, he's not the most likable guy, man, when you're winning. All right. He's hard. He's an absolute yank. The OC now, their message boards are and their social media is demanding his firing. Let me give you a stat, Mark. You ready for this? Last 3 games, Michigan's averaged 18.6 points per game. LSU's averaged 17.3. Michigan's played 2 top 5 teams in that 3 games. So I have no idea where Joe Sloan, genius. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, we're playing a MAC level quarterback. What's his excuse? With the Nussmeier kid, what's their excuse? I have no idea where he got some credentials of some kind of offensive genius. I have no idea, but I could see that falling apart. Now, whether the money is there right now to get rid of him but I think that would be the only reason that they would want to retain him. And it could be a situation too if you're an LSU where you convince your boosters to do it because in this cycle, the last couple of years, you've had some crazy cycles where all these top tier jobs came open, right? This could be a relatively quiet cycle from a tier 1 standpoint. And that could work against Kelly. That's basically where LSU's boosters say, okay, we'll pay the stupid tax because we get our pick of the litter. There's no school even approaching us in terms of clout and resources. And so to find a coach. So I would keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. And the Southern accent and the pounding the podium after the news conference, has the look of yes, are you effing coachable? Yes, yep. He just doesn't. I mean, it's almost like a Dan Mullen.
Whether you like it or not, Mark, just some, in every era, there are just certain mores that you just can't violate. Okay. And so let's just be honest. A 60-some-odd-year-old white coach in the face of a young 20-something-year-old black man on national television and saying, you're uneffing coachable, like he's Bear Bryant talking to the Junction Boys in 1955. That, brother, that's just not cool, dog. You know what I'm saying? Not cool, bro. Not for this era.